You know who I am. You know what I can do. But now I really am the beef boss. And I'm gonna make you a meal deal that you can't refuse, motherfucker!
It's been a while since I've done the voice, so it's kind of... feels good, though. Anyway, let's get into quite a bit of Street Fighter and then high prices. But we'll find a silver lining, we always do, because I'm Robo. This here's the Rewind. Going back to a called shot from last week, we're going to talk about the rest of the Four Horsemen 2025 Retailer Appreciation Wave. We knew there would be more reveals after Anubis and Bastet in their new color schemes, which just look, oh. In fact, I finished recording the Rewind, walked in, plugged it into the computer, sat down, checked socials, and the Four Horsemen had already announced a new version of the Figuara Obscura Frankenstein's monster. As predicted, I'm going to say the same thing about this that I said about the first two. I think I like this better than the first version. That's not taking anything away from the original, though, at all. I know that is based more on the books, but... And it may be because we've been looking at it for months, you know? It's released. We're always, what's next? What's new? Oh, Frankenstein's monster in green? Okay, gimme. This is a little more suited to my own personal taste, though, because to me, I'm from Arkansas. I ain't reading no books. So I know Frankenstein's monster from the movies and media, and there he's almost always green. So this pleases me. Same goes for the haunted blue Ghost of Christmas Past. I love the initial pass, but I downright adore the different blues. Just like Marley, he had a regular version, and then boom, the haunted blue version. Because speaking of that, holy moly, look at them together. It's just meant to be. Hell, even without the Christmas Carol branding, this would just be two amazing looking ghosties for your display. Just I'm gonna jump to the Mythic Legions. Oh man, here we go. The Vernalis Arden Scale. Not because I don't like it, it's just because it doesn't have that nostalgia tug of the one I'm gonna talk about last. Although I did see a couple of comments of Cobra Con? But no. Nothing wrong with some garden snake coloring on an amazing looking serpent figure. And I love how the fiery orange animals just work right into that color scheme. It stands out, but it blends in at the same time. It just works. This shot though, that sells it. Oh, you know I wouldn't poke if I didn't love. But as I foreshadowed, the Cosmic Legion's Tusk Phantom Trooper catches most of my attention. Oh, the other ones are all beautiful, but this is armored. It's robotic, it's jack of all trades, it wines and dines, it walks downstairs without a care, it goes anywhere you want it to go. But on top of that, and I'll admit it took me a couple of minutes to pick up on it, it's in Horde Trooper colors. I was just all, that Tusk looks fantastic in the off gray and red color schemes. Oh wait, that helmet? Where have I seen that before? Ooh. I don't have a lot of the tribute figures. The first one that jumps to mind is this Moss Manish one that has never left this bag for obvious reasons. But oh, I find this Phantom Trooper simply irresistible. There's no telling where the money went. Masters of the Universe and flocking segues beautifully into the Mattel Masterverse new Eternia Panthor. If nothing else, I commend Mattel for not covering it in that nightmare-inducing nastiness that they tend to do sometimes. We knew this was coming though. We saw it in the case at San Diego Comic-Con, but it's always nice to lock in an order. That's one more step between plastic touching my fingertips. And I don't mind this touching my fingertips because again, smooth, it's plastic. We also knew that it was just gonna be a repainted Masters of the Universe Masterverse Battle Cat with a new head and some gear and then that purple paint job. But why wouldn't it be? Hasn't that always been the way it's been? Now the metallic purple does throw me off a bit at times, but then I just click my brain over to, it's a nice, healthy, shiny coat. Hey, Skeletor, what are you feeding that thing? I know some of you would have preferred flocked. It has its historical significance within this line and with this character, but not on this channel. You get that out of here. Get on, get! Here's where we jump into a specific fighting game for a bit, starting with the Kaiyodo Amazing Yamaguchi Street Fighter 6 Ryu. Again, we knew this was coming. It's been teased for a bit now. In fact, most of this rewind deals with that precise position. Pretty promo pictures presents progress, plus promotes the pledge and or promise of plastic product. That's preferable to procrastination or proclaiming performance without providing updates to prior particulars, right? Precisely. Can you tell I'm not a Street Fighter guy, especially when it comes to the later games? I'd rather spend 30 minutes looking up synonyms to words than actually doing some research on this particular look for Ryu. The things I do to entertain you. Bing! I do like the rugged, weathered vibe though, but that's only because I'm comparing it to the games I do know or the figures we're about to talk about. What is that hole? Is that for holding the kick-ass effect pieces, or is there something else that goes there? It's just a random... I get that it's Amazing Yamaguchi and we've seen it before, but it always had a purpose. That hole is not used in any of these promotional images, I don't think. I had to dive into the actual description of the figure though to find out what this faceplate is. It's for the Amazing Yamaguchi Luke, to give him that I just got my ass whooped by Ryu and all I got was this Whataburger uniform appearance. And then, as Kaiyodo has been doing with a lot of Amazing Yamaguchi releases lately, if you order directly from them, you get another faceplate, a bonus, an extra, an exclusive. That is battle damaged Ryu, not near as battle damaged as Luke. It seems more like, did you just poke me in the eye? Here it comes. Like I mentioned, the other offerings are more my mental image of these characters as far as appearance goes, like the Storm Arena Street Fighter Alpha 3 Ken. More stylized than I usually imagine, but again, from a game I'm unfamiliar with, but closer. And we're going to talk about scale again. I'm beating a perished pony, but Storm Arena is Storm Collectibles in true 1/12 scale. Not the 1/12 scale they've been labeling a lot of their figures under the Storm Collectibles banner. It's not the 1/12 we've been running with. That is larger than 1/12. This is going to be actual 1/12. How many times can I say 1/12? But that's all old news. It looks like they're coming back around to Street Fighter characters from a different source, but in a smaller scale. And that's good if you only collect 6-inch or you're looking to supplement your Jada Toy Street Fighter collection. Because something else we've already discussed is Storm looking over at Jada's little playground and going, I think we can do that. To someone like me who is far from an expert when it comes to fighting games, I can take characters that may eventually release in Storm Arena and just kind of slip them into the Jada Toys display. Slightly different styling, but hey, it's all fun. But that all may be a licensing thing as far as scaling games go, because Storm Collectibles has Ultra Street Fighter 2 in their 1/12 but not 1/12 scale line, but then they're going to Alpha 3 for their 1/12 scale line that is actually a 1/12 scale line. Maybe because Jada Toys has the rights to Ultra Street Fighter 2 in this scale and have been rocking along for a bit, including putting up pre-orders for Blanca and Sagat this week. Again, yes, we saw these last summer, but pre-orders means progress and pretty promotional pictures. My first thought when seeing the new pictures of Sagat was, seems a bit smooth, but then I realized I've been looking at the Soda Toys Sagat for 20 years. But going back to the actual game, this is damn fantastic. I've always gravitated towards Blanca more though, not because of the bigger muscles, the animalistic feel, the greens and the oranges. It's because of the custom potential. I ended up with 2 Guiles for a project. I feel like I'm gonna end up with 2 Blancas, even though I haven't really thought of something. But man, I know that body will fit someone else. If Marvel Legends doesn't want to do it, I'll just do it myself. But the big talking point here has been the price. Jada Toy Street Fighter so far has been $24.99 across the board. These are $29.99 each. That's simply because they're bigger figures. We saw the same thing with Jada's Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Lucy is a smaller figure with less soft goods, smaller price point. David is a larger figure, more cloth, higher price point. So it makes sense to do the same with Street Fighter. Plus, I think they already told us this at a show or an interview, a live stream, something, that the price would vary depending on size. So don't worry, the sky isn't falling. Not yet. Because it's $202 for the Mondo, Real Ghostbusters, Egon, and Boogeyman. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. No. We've been through this already. Just last fall with the Mondo Real Ghostbusters Peter. It's $101 for the base Ghostbuster, a small ghost, and some kick-ass accessories. I love that there's another ghost being captured by the trap. That would technically make this a 3-pack, right? To make it a foursome, there's also the timed exclusive set that adds in Boogeyman and his blunt force trauma-inducing huge pieces of plastic heads. These are beautiful. I skipped on the diamond versions because they just seemed off. The vintage figures are cool, but they're exactly that. They're vintage. These may not be super articulated or hyper detailed, but they do exactly what they set out to do. Give you perfect plastic representations of the cartoon, along with including all the proper extras for each Ghostbuster. Now, there's nothing wrong with waiting and seeing if Hasbro will come along and do their own versions, but they won't look like this, and they won't come with all of this. So for me, this is a one and done. I never have to worry about it ever again. I can take the Mondo versions, put them on the shelf, and they'll be there until they crumble. Or I crumble, either or. I have a feeling that they'll outlast me for the most part. And then I become a ghost and hang out in the display looking at my toys of ghosts. Now, admittedly, I did pass on the timed sets. I kind of timed myself out. I thought, well, do I need Peter and Samhain? And oh, they're gone? Oops. Left it to fate. But now that I'm seeing Egon, the best Ghostbuster, I went back and got Peter, and I'm getting Egon, and I'm just gonna have my base display of them and the smaller ghosts and be happy. Because that's what it's all about. It makes me happy. But hey, free shipping! Mondo, you will have saved a few dollars for hundreds of hardcore Ghostbusters fans. A few dollars is a few dollars when it comes to $101 or $202, you know? Plus, from what I understand, the price may be out of their hands, but we're not gonna get into that. Speaking of Hasbro, I'm just segueing to Hasbro and high prices. The Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man went up for pre-order this week, and is it safe to get on social media again? Oh, it's never safe to get on social media? Gotcha. The build up to the actual pre-order of this has been painful, mostly because of the mystery price. We knew it was gonna hurt. They were too coy about it. It almost felt like, well, we don't want to tell you while we're face to face or actually interacting with you. Just wait for the pre-order. I think I was price writing $40 to $45, Bob, hoping for less, expecting a little more, and that's where we landed at $49.99. Look, I'm not gonna get into whether it's worth it or not, because that is so subjective. Hell, we can't agree on paint colors or packaging. Oh, should there be a window? Not a window? Is this easier? Saying we can't even agree on how we get our figures. Is it online? Does it need to be on pegs? So prices is just relative to everyone's own wallet. You gotta look at your own bank account and your own wants and needs as a collector and think, do I need this or do I not need this? Should I buy it or should I not buy it? And I know that's a very fence-sitting position to take, but it doesn't matter what I say, right? Again, if you agree, you're gonna post, or if you disagree, you're gonna post about it. Me, I'm a little easygoing if you haven't noticed over the past 10 years. If I want something, I'll get it. Or I just talk about Ghostbusters. The big packs seemed too high, too pricey for me. I didn't need to spend that much money on something that I'm not fully invested in, that I'm more of a fair weather fan of. But Spider-Man? I got it. I looked at it and thought, you know what? I like the look of that Spider-Man. I like the accessories. I don't care for the price point, but that's what I did. What you do is what you do. 10 alternate hands, 2 extra heads, a Spidey Sense clip, all kinds of webbing. Is that worth the price of a whole nother figure? Or does it balance out even more because of the all-new Spider-Man figure itself with tweaked articulation and cool ass ungloved web shooter arms and other accessories that you can distribute to other Spider-Mans. If you checked yes, here you go. If you ticked the no box, that you don't think it's enough bang for your buck, if you think the eyes are too far apart, you don't like the web lines not being sculpted, the spider sense should be yellow, the unmasked Peter Parker head looks weird, then pass on by. You don't need it. Because I guarantee that they're gonna release another Spider-Man in the near future. Probably a couple, more than a few. This is a brand new body. They could easily reuse this in a different color scheme, maybe lighter and brighter reds and blues, maybe symbiote because the webs are not sculpted into it. Maybe they'll go down the whole line again of Ben Reilly and everyone else. It's Hasbro we're talking about. The new molds means future reuse most of the time. I did just get that Spider-Man wave where I don't think there's going to be a lot of uses for Kane or Unlimited Spider-Man, unless they're repainting those same characters. So it's all a mystery. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Last week, Hasbro had a hell of a showing when it comes to digital reveals for their G.I. Joe Classified Series line. We knew the names, we knew they were coming, but to see them in actual picture form, yeah, that's always cool. That's always neat. Along with that, they mentioned that they would do a fan stream before the end of the month. This week, we got official announcement of that. Now, I thought that was odd because Toy Fair is at the 1st of March. It's the first weekend of March. So why do a fan stream and then go into one of your bigger shows of the year? But then the fan stream was quickly changed from February 18th to March 18th. Why? I don't know. Hasbro does what Hasbro does. We've already established that, right? I doubt it's because of the crystal ball leak. We've seen that many times before. I think it has more to do with Toy Fair. Again, like I said, maybe they shifted to wanting to display some new things there and then coming back around and talking about it in a fan stream. Or maybe they aren't showing a lot at Toy Fair, but wanted to say, hey, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Stay tuned. Stick with us. Again, I don't know. That's my whole motto when it comes to this hobby, and it's served me well. I've named the channel after it. I don't know until we know. And sometimes I don't even care to know. So what? They pushed it a month. We'll see figures soon enough. There's more important things to worry about. Like, when the hell are we gonna get another Batman in the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line? The answer is sooner than you think. It's always sooner than you think. They had just revealed the, McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Batman Year 2 Black and White edition on a live stream. So you knew pre-orders were gonna go up soon. That happened this week. And it's exactly what you imagine when you read the title. It's Batman Year 2 in black and white with some blue poking out of the bottom. So that would make it the, McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Batman Year 2 Black and White Blue Accent Edition. Wait, is that some very, very pale yellow? Here and here. McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Batman Year 2 Black and White Blue and Yellow Accent Edition. There, finally, we nailed it. Since turnabout is fair play, or turn around, here is the deal sealer for this figure. Look at that. Anyway, Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, $49.99. Wait a second, $49.99. I see what they're doing there. Link is in the description. If you're waiting for something a little more cinematic, though, the 1989 and Batman Begins versions will be going up for pre-order next week. So we're waiting for pictures, and then we'll go through those. More Batmans. Something I've been keeping an eye on, LooseCollector has been teasing The Crypt Sasquatch versus Yeti. First there was this, and holy shit. I know it's Bigfoot, but that is a big foot. Dave says this will be bigger than Monster Hide, and that's hard to imagine. That's hard to picture. That's like dragging a toddler around. Okay, I'm ready. I got my Sasquatch. Let's go. Then this week they posted this picture of the head and upper body, and I'm ready. Give me. I have to imagine that since it's Sasquatch versus Yeti, it'll be essentially the same figure, maybe a few tweaks here and there. The biggest difference being colors. Sasquatch may be browns and blacks, Yetis may be blues or whites. Mix them together. Kind of like the Great Wolves. Same concept. Just in Sasquatch form. Oh, man. Give me some chunk old plastic. Show us more, Loose Collector. Show us more. Finally, let's end it with the 1/12 collective reveals from Mezco's Toys Fair 2025. First, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder, since this seems to be the most controversial. They started with this image, or at least this is the first one I saw, and people were pointing out odd things, like the head maybe being too high or sunk too far in, and then the pants. So Mezco came back around, posted an updated picture after they tweaked something, and they'd just pulled the scarf down, which did make it look better from the shoulders up, but there was still that lower half. I say half, it's from the cummerbund down, right? Now, I don't think this is as bad as we all imagine, because you know it's their basic body underneath there. That means what's tricking our eyes is the actual pants themselves. The crotch of the pantaloons hanging down that far just makes it look elongated from there up. The crotch is here, I think, not here. I want to see more neutral stances before I give any more thought to it. I say thought to it. I didn't get the Turtles. I didn't get Casey Jones. I'm not going to get Shredder, but I like looking at pictures. I like window shopping. I like seeing what they're offering. Next was Dark Knight Joker and Bot. Done. Okay, moving on. Yes, I may have a problem when it comes to Joker action figures. Okay, I admit that fully. I've never tried to hide that fact. I am fully transparent. Yes, I have third-party ones and official ones, all in this same look, but I do like how Mezco did the face sculpt and the paint. But the big mystery is Hulk, mostly because I can't look at this picture and imagine it in 3D. Like, it's not an actual head sculpt, it's a painting. It's 2D, and I know that's how pictures work. Shh, 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 calm, calm. I'm not saying it looks bad, it looks great. I would like to see this head on a Hulk. I just can't. I need to see more. But then I also worry that they're gonna use the Thor Ragnarok Hulk body, which is too thin for a comic book Hulk. I want something beefier. I want something meatier. I want something bulkier, broader, hulky. If it looks like what I'm picturing up here in this jumbled mess, then I'm gonna have to throw down a pre-order. We've been talking prices the past few segments, and here I am. I think I'm gonna pre-order multiple Mezcos. Yep. And that's all I have for this week. It's probably not everything, but as you know by now, we swing back around and talk about the stuff I want to talk about because I like talking about stuff that I enjoy, that catches my eye. And if you like that, then come on back. We'll talk toys again. As always, special thanks to the Nobots, the Patreon. Oh, they got a tease for a future play day. Hopefully that comes up quick. I did videos a week out. I was out of town last weekend. I thought, hey, I'm just gonna go, which worked out perfectly because I've been getting my heating and air worked on all this week, getting stuff fixed, getting stuff installed. So it's been back and forth. I wouldn't have been able to film anyway. So instead, I've been sitting here painting, messing around, swapping some parts, you know, customizing, and also being sent stuff, adding to the play day, Beef Boss, or as the note said, Beef Dawn. That thing's crazy. When I had no clue. I opened it up. Oh, I'm gonna have to break out the voice again. That reminds me, someone over the weekend asked me, where's Gus? Where's Beef Boss? And I felt like I was running into the ground, running just too much. But they've had a nice break. They need to get back to work. They've been sitting on the couch just watching TV.
You shut the hell up! You're gonna be doing whatever.
You're gonna have to actually pay us if you want us to jump when you say so.
Okay. Don't think I've bought anything that was out of the way, not more than usual. I went and saw Captain America last night, but I got the cup. It kicks ass. It's rubbery and it's got raised and it's painted and stuff, but it's in the house. Let's see. What can I find? This is gonna be echoey, but have I ever shown this? This is the Marvel Legends Magneto helmet, and it's one of the few roleplay items that actually fit my head, and I have to do it without the padding inside. Gotta put the point right there on the bridge of the nose, which is sharp as hell, and it wants to go down and just poke me, but... That's all the fun you get out of me today. Go have your own for a little bit until you swing back around. We'll talk about more toys. Bye.